October 22nd is a very special day in the history of the Advent movement. This day was marked with a great disappointment of the members of the Millerite movement who looked for the second coming of Christ back in 1844. The doctrine of the heavenly sanctuary was born this day in 1844, one of the biblical teachings that distinguishes Seventh-day Adventism. The longest prophetic period came to its fulfillment October 22nd in 1844. Today, in 2016, this day fell on Saturday, which presented a wonderful opportunity for preachers to reflect on what happened this day, and why it happened the way it did. And we now go to the headquarters of the Reform movement, the heart of the worldwide church, and listen to what Gennadi Melnychuk will speak about. But before the word is preached, a song is sung to soothe their hearing.
Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone.
Something is wrong with this picture, or rather, the sound. The male choir sounds too good for this reformed group of singers. Here is how it really sounds.
Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone.
All fear is gone. I am afraid the online recording of this performance will rather infuse fear into the ears of the listeners. But let us not be troubled much by the sound, and make all effort to hear the word of God. Gennadi, what is the title of your study this morning?
The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life.
Really? On this special day you will be preaching this? What questions will you be asking your audience?
And what is the lust of flesh, a lust of the eyes? What is pride of life?
So many topics to preach about on October 22nd. Tell us what you really want to talk about.
And all these lusts and pride and all this vanity of the world.
But you don't have to speak about all this today.
But I would like to go more into details.
What details are you interested in?
The lust of flesh, the lust of eyes, and pride of life. What is lust? How would you describe lust?
But we all know you love Bible prophecies.
Yes.
Did you forget it was October 22nd today?
Unfortunately,
What a pity. I am starting to get disappointed like those early Adventists on October 22nd, 1844. But let's hear what you have to read from the Bible.
let's read a couple Bible verses which clearly marks what is lust. Where the lust begins. For their lust. I would like to read something very important, especially for the young people. Lust not after her beauty. Lust of the eyes. This is a lust of the flesh. This is a lust of the eyes. Lust is a very strong. We've been born with these lusts.
Oh, boy. Why do you keep repeating this word?
It satisfies a certain lust. A type of a lust. Lust of the flesh. That's their lust. A verse, lusts and pleasures.
Oh, no. You have to give up this manner of preaching.
I will not give up. I will not give up. Even I know I'm doing wrong, but I will not give up. I will not give up. Lusts and pride and wickedness. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, affections and lusts. For their lust. If we hold to a certain lust, either appetite, either we like to watch something or to listen to something or do something, if we hold to that lust will plant doubts in our heart. And now he wants to justify his lust, versus to justify his lust, that lust.
As a preacher, you have to consider the impact your repetitive words make on your audience. In all your effort to bring home the meaning of this word, your listeners will lose it. Semantic satiation is a psychological phenomenon in which repetition causes a word or phrase to temporarily lose meaning for the listener, who then perceives the speech as repeated meaningless sounds.
If appetite controls me, then I'm still a slaver of lust of the flesh.
Say what?
A slaver.
Slaver is a person engaged in slave trade. Your appetite can be a slaver, not you. I think you meant slave.
Brothers, fathers, young men, mothers, children, grandmothers.
Young men's? No, that is incorrect. Singular, man. Plural, men.
It's not necessarily satisfaction of a sexual passion.
Say what?
Sexual passion.
What? Sexual? I believe you meant to say sexual, unless you were speaking dirty slang, bad boy.
When you feel more hurted.
No, you definitely hurt my feelings. This verb is irregular and has its own subjugation rules that you have to memorize. Look, you might have hurt somebody else's feelings, too, and they are leaving your study.
I believe everybody found himself being in a situation that you observe a conflict.
Why, do you think, this fine lady left your preaching?
Makes out of it a big deal, and it's offended, and all the emotions.
But, what do you think she was feeling?
That's enough. Now imagine, now I'm taken tomorrow in a helicopter and dropped somewhere in Palestine in a desert to fight some terrorists.
It's more than 6,000 miles from Roanoke, Virginia, to Palestine. The only helicopter with the longest flying range of 1,225 miles is AH-56 Cheyenne. What chopper are you talking about? Have you inadvertently disclosed a military secret?
You need a training to be a driver, to be a nurse, to be a good salesperson. You need a training.
I was hoping you would add preacher to the list of vocations that need training. Do you have any formal education as a preacher?
I have no training whatsoever.
Okay, what do we need to do, then?
You try to educate them.
Are you willing to be educated?
Sure.
That was not really promising. Give us something.
Okay, I'm going to overcome that. I'm going to quit drinking Coca-Cola. I'm going to quit eating that. I'm going to quit watching that show. I'm going to quit playing gambling, games, whatever. I'm going to quit something.
Will you make the decision to continue learning and sharpening your skills as a preacher?
It's a constant battle.
Did we hurt your feelings, or did we do anything wrong in this video?
Pointed to something what needs to be corrected.
Good. We hope that you will take heed to yourself and your own study and will make all the effort to improve your preacher skills for the benefit of your listeners.
Practice, practice, practice.